Hi, this is Tim, aka Tricky Hands. In this video, I'll be setting up some subtitles in a Cinema Director timeline to go along with DirectorBot's great audio. So, to do this, I will be using the 4.6 UI. If you aren't familiar with that, I suggest you take a look at a couple of tutorial videos on the Unity Learn site or anywhere on YouTube. There's tons out there and it's incredibly easy to learn. The second thing is some custom director events that I wrote specifically for this. Those will be hosted on the Cinema Suite forums, and I'll have a link to the forum thread in the description down below. So the first thing we need to do here is actually set up our UI. So I'm going to hop into 2D mode real quick and add a UI panel as our first element. We'll zoom out, take a look at that, and I'll resize it to fit our needs. We only need the bottom portion of our screen, and we just want the color to be a little bit different down there to make our subtitles really stand out. So I'm going to go black and set that at about 191 alpha. It's about 75%. To that panel, we are going to add a UI text object as a child. And let's set up the properties on that. First thing I'm going to do is change our pivot and our anchors. Change our text alignment and text color. I think the text looks kind of small here, so let's make that a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see. So that looks good for everything that we need here. Now we can hop into our director timeline. The first thing that I'll do is add a new actor track group. All the director events that I've written for this, both of them, are actor events, so they have to be added to an actor track group. First thing I want to do is change the name of this track group to subtitle track so I don't get confused about where I am later, and we'll add our panel as our actor. The way the events I wrote work, they're going to look for the first text object in either the actor or the actor's children, so it's going to find this text object without a problem. And the first event that we're going to add is to clear out the text. We could do this manually when we're setting up our UI, but why not have Cinema Director do it for us? So we'll add an actor track, and to that we can find these two events under UI text, and we're going to do clear as our first one. As I said, that just makes the text have an empty string so nothing's displayed. And then at the first sign of DirectorBot talking, we're going to add a UI text change and put in his first bit of dialogue, which in this case is greetings humanoid Unity user. We can scrub down until he gets to the next sentence. And we'll go ahead and add our next change text. That's where he introduces himself. I am DirectorBot. Scrub down a little bit further and we'll have his last sentence in this block. And we'll go ahead and drop that one right there. And here he says, the most awesome directing robot ever created. I can't argue with that statement. I don't know many directing robots. And at the end of this, we're going to add a clear text event just so that there's no text showing up between these two audio clips. Let's have a look at that, see how it looks in our cutscene.
Greetings, humanoid Unity user. I am DirectorBot, the most awesome directing robot ever created.
Good to go. So it is bad that our panel is showing up all the time, so to our actor track group, let's add a curve track as well. And let's take this curve clip and I'm just going to drag it down. We can shorten it too. I just want to fade that panel in over just a couple of seconds before our text changes or our text comes in. So let's add a curve for our image color. And the only thing we'll be changing here is our alpha. Our alpha is at 0.74 at the start of this clip. We're actually going to take that all the way down to 0. And just to make sure everything's good, in our scene at the very beginning, we want to make sure before this cutscene ever starts that our alpha here is cranked all the way down. And now let's take a look.
Greetings, humanoid Unity user. I am Director Bot, the most awesome directing robot ever created.
So now we got a nice fade into that panel, and all of our subtitles are working quite well. It would probably take me about, I don't know, 2-3 more minutes to finish out this entire scene if I had all of my text over on a text file to copy and paste in. But that's how easy it is to add all the subtitles that you need into your scenes now. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me on the Cinema Suite forums. Like I said, link to this forum thread is going to be below.